Welcome back to another edition of Blood Feud Radio, BFR, baby. How's it going?
It's going absolutely fantastic now that I'm here, dude. Can't wait for this little list that we got going for the road to Halloween.
We have the 19, again, blind list. Haven't looked at it. 19 Hell in a Cell matches of all time, ranked by the people over at Sportster. Don't hate us. This isn't our list. We're going to hate them for what they do.
Yep. If I see CM Punk and Undertaker in this list, I'm not going to be happy. That was awful. Maybe that's why it's the 19 best Hell in a Cell matches and not 20. Maybe they didn't like it so much that they decided not to put it in there.
Now, before we get started, let's crack into a cold one.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
Cold Diet Coke. Don't get excited out there. Anyway, so the 19 greatest Hell in a Cell matches of all time, ranked by Sportster, kicks it off with number 19 from 2018, Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton.
Ooh. Now, was this the one where he got the screwdriver in his ear and just twisted like oh god, that was so hard to watch, man. That was awful. It looked like his ear was gonna come off his head. Like, oh my god, that was gross. That was so gross. Yeah, I remember that match. I'm surprised that isn't higher up on the list. What do you think?
So before we get into that, I have the stats on this, and because we all know Cody Cornett likes to tune in and watch us a little bit here and there, I have the Dave Meltzer ratings. Do we want the Dave Meltzer ratings for this?
I'd love the Dave Meltzer ratings for this.
Okay, Uncle Dave over there at and in his wonderful world of podcasting gave this match a 3.75 stars.
3.7. It's a little bit harsh, but fair. I mean, I think people remember this match for that screwdriver spot, and I couldn't tell you anything else that happened in that match. So I'd say that's a bit fair. Yeah.
CageMatch.net rated it 7.91, which I'm guessing is out of 10. So,
yeah. That's high. I mean, fair play. Yeah.
Like you said, it was one spot for the whole match. I couldn't even tell you who won the match, if I'm being completely honest with you.
I would guess 2017, 2018. So I'd probably say Randy, but like you say, like it's a bit forgettable. I thought it would have been ranked higher just because of that infamous spot, but I think the rating of it is more than fair. From what I remember, it was your typical Randy Orton match, except there was a giant cage around the ring.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I do I do enjoy a good Hell in a Cell match, and I do really enjoy a Randy Orton match because he is in my top 10 all time favorite guys to watch for sure.
Oh hell yeah, he's solid. I think sometimes with Randy though, I don't know if you'll agree with this, he needs the right dance partner. Sometimes with Randy, the match feels like it's in slow motion, and that's weird to say with a guy like Jeff Hardy because them two in the past have had better matches outside of a cell. I mean, the one that comes to mind when I think of Randy and Jeff is the 08 Rumble for the WWE title. That was a fantastic match.
Yes, it was. So, number 18, Randy Orton, another Randy match versus The Undertaker, Armageddon 05.
Now, I disagree with this one off the bat because I think this should be in at least the top 15, if not the top 10. I remember this match. I thought it was fantastic. That whole feud was great.
Yes, I 100% agree. I think this was 05 Orton was him getting his feet wet to the point where then he started his ascension to greatness.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And Orton Taker, it was the legend killer versus the legend. It was just everything you'd want it to be in that whole feud. And like you said, this being the blow-off match was insane.
It was, and I think this was. Was this the famous match where Tim White, the referee, like flew off the side of the apron and like injured his arm? Was it that match? I think it might have been. It's either that one or the one with Jericho. I can't remember which one it was.
I think
in particular.
It was the Jericho match.
Right. Okay. But with Randy, I think this was really, like you say, like the rise of Randy Orton. Like, he had a very good start on Raw in 2004. They trusted him with the Intercontinental Championship. He had a great run there. He had some good matches with Mick Foley. But this was a real testing ground. I mean, as the Undertaker is usually used in that position of, can he hang with the main event guys? If he can match with the Undertaker, we can put him into the main event. And I really think that his rivalry with the Undertaker, culminating in, like you say, you had a match at WrestleMania, you had a match at Hell in a Cell. Those matches really, really made the guy who we know today as Randy Orton.
Absolutely. Dave Meltzer, his rating was a 3 3/4 stars again.
Again, harsh. I would put this higher
because it wasn't in the Tokyo Dome, and
yeah.
It wasn't in the Tokyo Dome, and it didn't have Kenny Omega in the main event. So I mean,
oh damn, those two things are a match killer. If you don't have them two things, then sorry, man.
Yeah. Cage match gave him 7.94 as well. So
again, low. I would have put it at least an 8 or an 8.5.
This was one of the more underrated ones, I think. I don't think people understand the magnitude of what happened there, because like I said before, this was Randy was great on Raw. He was great.
He's great.
He was great. He was great on Raw, and then this just kind of like propelled him a little bit more. I think the stamp of approval from Taker is worth its weight in gold.
Literally, like having a feud with the Undertaker, you might as well have a title run.
Yeah.
Especially in 05.
So that's 18. 17 rolls around. It is Judgment Day 02. Triple H versus Chris Jericho.
I think this is the match I was talking about. I quite like this match. I know that's a bit of a tame thing to say. Yeah, Jericho and Triple H always had good matches when they was allowed to go. I mean, I know the WrestleMania 18 match was a little bit under par, and I think that was more because of where it was placed on the card. But for the most part, I really do think these two had good matches, and this Hell in a Cell match was solid. Yeah, I recently went back and watched this match for different reasons about a year ago, and it was really enjoyable because I'd not seen it since I was younger. Do you remember anything about this match? Was this the time when you kind of cooled off wrestling, or was you still around?
02, I was kind of in and out. I did go back and watch some of these because around this time of year, I always look at the Hell in a Cells to, like just looking at some of the the matches I may have missed in the generation in that small window that I did fall away. And this
Yeah,
was one that I remember being an absolute like it was violent.
it
It
was.
was,
Yeah,
and it was because they both hated each other. Like they
oh,
are like
100%.
real animosity. Like there was real animosity there. Like they did not like each other. It was almost like the Punk Rollins thing that we're getting now. Like um
I think it was your typical. I mean, because at the time, Jericho had only been in the company for 3 years, like three years. Like late '99, he joined,
yeah.
and Triple H notoriously around this time was try to keep his spot. So, so to a guy like Jericho, I'm a an up and coming guy, still young. I can see how we saw him as a threat, probably.
And it was really interesting. A lot of the times you see one guy taking color, right? One man with a crimson mask. This time they both took color.
And it was bad as well. I remember
Yeah,
them
they
both. Yeah, just
they beat the shit out of each other.
a crimson mask, as JR would call it.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I mean, Dave Meltzer gave this a 3.25 stars. Not quite a 4. Again, not in the Tokyo Dome. And
He
Kenny
likes his
Omega
three and a
wasn't at
quarter stars,
ringside.
doesn't he?
He likes those quarter stars.
Yeah. He likes his three and a quarter stars for WWE. Like, he likes throwing them around.
9 or cagematch.com gave it an 8.16.
I think that's more than fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be probably the close to. If I was rating it out of 10, I'd probably rate it around there.
And it's I gotta rethink this match. I'm trying to replay it in my head as we go. I know they both were at the top. They were both on the top of the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Did Triple H give him the pedigree on top of the cell?
I'm sure he did. Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah,
he did.
yeah, he had to have, right?
Yeah. I think Jericho had a bit of a conversation about that on an interview. I think I remember that. Yeah, I'm sure he did.
I mean, yeah, and again, guys, I'm so sorry that I'm not as dialed in on this one as because that match specifically was in the generation that I kind of didn't watch a lot.
Hey, and we're only human as well. We can only remember so much wrestling.
I mean, shit, I probably watched enough wrestling and forgotten more wrestling than I know.
No, for real, man. That's bound to happen.
Number 16, our first entrant on the female side. 2020, Sasha Banks versus Bayley at Hell in a Cell 20.
Now, I don't know how I feel about this. And I think upon reflection, when this list is over, I'll go back and see if this belongs in the 19 greatest. But I do remember it being a very solid match. It's one of my favorite rivalries of recent memory, Banks and Charlotte. I am a big critic of Sasha Banks. I think she is probably the third best or the fourth of the four horsewomen. But whenever she's paired up with Charlotte, them two have some magic. And they had that great Falls Count Anywhere match for the women's title on Raw where she got her in the bank statement on the stair railing. That was fantastic. And
Well,
then you also
remember,
had.
this isn't Sasha and Charlotte. This is Sasha and Bayley.
Oh, sorry, Sasha and. Oh, yeah, 2020. Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. Yeah. Do you know, for some reason, I thought you said Charlotte and Sasha. Was this the one where Bayley set up the two kendo sticks and she threw Sasha into it?
Yes.
Yes, where she tripped. Yeah, okay. Well, if we're talking about that one, then yeah. I think I prefer that to the Hell in a Cell with Charlotte and Sasha.
I
Yeah,
do too.
I think it was a better quality of match. I think it was longer, which I preferred because the spot at the end of the Charlotte and Sasha match was a little bit faulty. I remember the table not breaking, but this one was great because the bank statement just ended the match, and it was a brutal match that required a submission. So I really enjoyed this.
That was what, the second ever? Was that the second ever Hell in a Cell women's match?
I think so, yeah. Because the one that I was talking about was the first one ever. Yeah.
Um.
What's big old Dave saying
Actually,
about this match?
and you know what's even in 2020, Hell in a Cell was also without a crowd too. They did that without there being a crowd in attendance.
Yeah, you're right. That was still like the Thunderdome era in 2020, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of those. It's like for them to put on that kind of show without there being anyone there to perform for, even I would even elevate it a little bit further because in that generation, to me, the wrestlers in that generation, like that year, had to do more than what you have to do now.
Yeah, you have to be on the top of your game because mistakes are more well spotted when there's no background noise to drown it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it gains extra points.
Dave Meltzer gave this one four and a quarter.
Oh, he was feeling generous that day.
And then Cage Match gave it 8.84. So Cage Match is starting to creep up into.
Yeah, Cage Match loved this match.
The storytelling was to me the driving force of this because you had the two best friends turn bitter enemies, turned into two women who wanted to kill each other.
Yeah, because these guys started out as like they had all the gold.
Yeah,
2 belts banks and Bailey dose straps or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they started out as best friends. They really carried the 2020s in the women's division. Sasha and Bailey, I've got to give them credit for that. Especially Bailey, she held that women's title with an iron fist throughout that year.
And was that in the that was pre Ding Dong Hello, right? That was.
I think so. I think it kind of bled into each other. I think she started doing the Ding Dong Hello while this was going on.
That's when the whole rivalry with Michael Cole started.
Yes, because that year I believe she came out with his name like shaved into her head at the Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. I love the rivalry with those two. It's great.
Great.
It's great. Yeah, great.
I mean, anything Bailey touches is gold. So it
really is, man. I mean, I know she gets a lot of credit, but I would still consider her maybe one of the most underrated like character people on the roster of the past 10 years. She's fantastic.
And again, I think she like you said about Sasha being the worst of the 4 horsewomen. I would put Bailey at as far as in-ring ability, she's 2 behind Charlotte, but as full package, Bailey's 1, Charlotte's 2, Becky's 3, and Sasha's 4. That's just my list.
I agree. Just as a bit of a side note, maybe I would swap Charlotte and Becky around more recently because Becky has always been I'm not gonna lie, Becky has always been very average in the ring for me, but recently, like 2019 was great for Becky, but recently that character work this year that she's been doing has been epic. Like that's put her into the number 2 spot for me. I won't even lie.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Number 15. We got the top 15 now.
Let's go.
Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker.
Oh my God!
At 15.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Number 15.
I would put that in the top 5.
Yeah, dude. This is like I think this might be my second favorite Hell in a Cell match of all time. This is iconic. Similar to what we were saying about Randy Orton a couple of ago. This is Brock Lesnar's coming out party when he was feuding with The Undertaker. Now, I understand he already had the title, but this feud with The Undertaker might be Brock Lesnar's best run in WWE. Now, this Hell in a Cell match really put him on the map for me. The first time I ever saw this, I had a DVD when I was very young. You might remember it. It was Brock Lesnar, Here Comes the Pain, and on the front it was him giving The Rock the F5. That's the very first time I ever saw this match. And oh my God, did everyone just bleed buckets in this match? Even Paul Heyman on the outside bled. It was great. It showed how athletic Brock was. It showed how brutal Undertaker, Biker Taker could get. And Brock Lesnar, how ruthless he could be. The fact that this is number 15 is a crime against wrestling. I'm not even joking to you.
100%. I think that's why we get along so well, Rhys, because we have very similar tastes. Because the only other match that Brock Lesnar was anywhere close to being as violent as he was in this one was when he beat Randy Orton to the point where, I mean, he shot on Orton.
Oh hell yeah! He busted him open hard with his elbow. Yeah.
That was he busted him open the hard way.
Hell yeah! Like I don't know how they put this number 15. That's very questionable. That's controversial in my eyes. I think this definitely should be in the top 5. I would put this as number 3 or number 2.
I can get behind 4 or 5 for me anyway. There are
That's
three
more,
there are 3 that automatically scream that they need to be in the top 5. But and I'm hoping that they're here. Dave Meltzer gave this one 4.25 stars.
I think that's harsh for Dave. I know that's a high score for Dave, but I would at least give this a 4.5 or 4.75. Fantastic match.
Cage Match gave it 8.25.
Again, at least a 9.
Yeah.
I think Taker has gone down and said this was one of his favorite matches.
Let's see here.
I think Brock has said that as well.
And the nice thing about this match, it made it so where Taker didn't have to do a lot of wrestling because he was at his, he was starting to be a little bit older and not necessarily in the greatest shape. This was around the time that he wasn't doing a lot of in-ring work with the company to begin with.
Well, like 02. I mean, he got back into his prime a couple of years later when he had those matches with HBK and Triple H.
This was in 15.
Oh, right. Yeah. And then, like I say, and then you get to 2015. And I think this was fantastic. I think it was great. But again, this is a rehash of another Hell in a Cell match that Brock and Undertaker had.
Yeah.
But both of these matches were fantastic. And yeah, like you say, he was slowing down a little bit later on after his prime period. But this was fantastic. I think that is really harsh on. Because all I'm going to say is, I hope they give the respect that the other Hell in a Cell match that these two had.
The original, the OG.
Yeah. I really do.
Number 14. Again, we're going to see a lot of Undertaker here because this was his match. This was his baby. He appeared in more Hell in a Cell matches than any other person, correct?
Yeah, I think he did, yeah.
Batista, Undertaker, Survivor Series 07.
This was great. And I think this rivalry is probably Batista's best ever. And it started at WrestleMania 23, Taker beating for the title. Then they had that last man standing match a little bit later on. And then Survivor Series also, is this the one where Edge returned? He was pretending to be a cameraman?
I believe so.
I think it was, and this was great, and it was a culmination of just a fantastic feud between Batista and Undertaker. Uh, this was a very good match. These two worked so well together. You had Batista, who was just a big guy, like a guy who, again, kind of like Randy Orton, but in a different way. Where if you gave Batista the right dance partner, you would have magic. If you gave him the wrong partner, then you had a bit of a clunky affair. But him and the Undertaker made magic together. Yeah, this belongs 100% in the top 15.
Batista is another one. Like I've always said, you throw Taker, you get a match with Taker. It's kind of like Vince saying, "Here,
Yeah,
you do something here, we'll make you a main eventer."
I agree. It's kind of like the conversation that goes through my head whenever I think of someone having an initial feud with Taker is, yeah, you've done some good work on the main roster. You might even had like a title run, or you made an impact. But if you can make it or hang with the Undertaker, maybe we could talk about future opportunities as well.
See, Dave was the world heavyweight title holder at that point too.
He
For that
was,
match.
yeah.
And so yeah, he was given the opportunity. He was the man on SmackDown.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the WWE champion yet. And I think this match right here definitely helped propel him into being in that picture with John Cena and all those other guys that were around that belt at that point.
I totally agree with that. That 07 period where Batista and Taker was like trading the world title, just made SmackDown a must watch. I remember that at least.
Yeah. And we have a fan in the thing, Scott, coming in with, look at these effing marks.
We're just marking out over Hell in a Cells, brother.
Yeah. Brother.
Brother.
So Dave Meltzer was not kind to this one.
Oh, Dave.
Uncle Dave. 4 stars. He went down on this one. As far as, and CageMatch.com gave it 8.32.
So they've gone down as well, which is interesting. I wonder if it's because of the screwy finish with Edge.
More than likely.
But that bit's iconic. When the cameraman like strikes, I can't remember who he hits, but then he takes off like all the camera gear and everything, and it's Edge. And like you forget that Edge had been gone for a while at this point. He had an injury.
He went after Taker.
Yes, because that's what led into WrestleMania 24, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought Edge coming back was great. It was so iconic that when the DVD came out for Survivor Series 07, because I remember buying this thing, Edge was on the front of it. And he wasn't even in the match.
You're like, why is Edge on the cover of this when he's not even on the damn card?
Yeah, I remember it was a tin-plated DVD that I had. I might even still have it. I don't know. But yeah, Edge was on it. It was great. It's great.
Great.
It was great. Yeah, Drew. It was great.
Next up, oh my God. Well, 13 is from Armageddon 2000.
Really?
6-man Hell in a Cell. Stone Cold, Rocky, Kurt, Triple H, Rikishi, and Taker.
I don't know. See, this was one of the matches I was thinking to be in the top 5. I think this is very, very low for this match.
It is. It is not like
really low.
I don't like that at all.
No, neither do I.
Um,
Like,
so-
it,
and honestly, if anything, it was the birth of one of the greatest Rock promos of all time.
yeah. Even if The Rock has got to beat Ricky, yeah.
Even if I gotta beat Rikishi, I did it for The Rock. I did
Shut your
it.
mouth, you thong wearing fatty.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
get in
this is.
my, I drink a couple Steve Weisers, get in my pickup truck, listen to some Backstreet Boys, or
uh,
maybe I gotta beat the game in the middle of the ring, and I have a $3 sub for a wife.
it was great. I don't. Right. For me, this is odd because there's only ever been one Armageddon Hell in a Cell, like 6-man Hell in a Cell. This had everything you wanted. You had all the stars. You had violence. You had moments. You had a top of the cell spot with Rikishi.
Oh my god.
You know, what else do you want from a Hell in a Cell match? I don't understand. Yeah, I think this is weird. I really thought this was going to go in the top 5. I honestly did.
I thought so too.
What did Dave say
Dave
about this?
Meltzer loved this one.
Oh,
Uncle Dave liked it.
go on, Dave.
4.5.
See, that's like the highest one so far for Uncle Dave.
And Cage Match liked it too at 8.63.
Yeah. But why? What are you doing? Why is this not in the top? Oh no, this list is. I'm okay with this list at the moment, but that's one of the first major fumbles. Okay, that I'm just saying. Do better. Do better.
Now the Sportster in their rating system gave it an 8.5 out of 10.
So why is it numbered? What number is it?
13.
Why is it number 13 then? Like, this is like the highest ratings for most of the people up to now.
Bro.
I don't know. That's weird. I tell you what, number 12 better be good if that's below it.
Number 12. 2019, we have Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks.
I'm not even gonna lie, dude. I don't even remember this match. I really don't. Do you remember this match?
Not really.
I honestly, you're telling me this match is happening, and I believe you, but I don't remember this match. Like, you think you would remember it as well, seeing as though, like, 2019, that's like the era of the man. You know, I don't know. I don't remember this.
This is their description. Maybe this will jog memory. I don't know.
Okay.
What the hell? The description on this one.
I hope it goes into detail.
I mean, at this point, it better. It says on the night, which featured the absolute worst Hell in a Cell match of all time. So, that's something I'll have to see what in the what that's the 19. So it's the 19 men's Hell in a Cell match.
That would be Rollins and the Fiend.
Okay, I'm alright with putting that as the worst.
I think that's either Rollins and the Fiend or Strowman and Roman, but I think it's Rollins and the Fiend.
This brilliant battle between Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks was overshadowed. Their match was fantastic, though, with some inventive spots along with some crazy moments, including a Beck-sploder into a pile of chairs, a brutal drop kick from the apron, a Matora from a ladder. They brought a strong level of technical ability and physicality, and the crowd loved it. This should be held in a much higher regard for sure.
You know what? Like, the Meteora from the ladder, I can picture that in my head. But but maybe I don't remember it so much because of the whole Rollins and Fiend thing. Like maybe that's just like blocked out everything that happened on that pay-per-view, which, to be honest, is a bit of a shame by the sounds of it, because it sounds like a great match.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it sucks when a bad thing overshadows a good thing.
Yeah, it does. So I might have to go back and watch that.
Uncle Dave gave it 4. Give it a 4-star.
Okay, so it must have been pretty decent then.
And then the cage match gave it an 8.5. So I mean,
I'm gonna have to definitely go back and watch this match.
Hell in a Cell 19.
Yeah,
Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks.
I'll be sure to check it out because this sounds great. Like I say, it's great. Like, you obviously got Becky and Sasha, 2 of the 4 horsewomen. They have good chemistry together. I can't see how this match wouldn't be good. So yeah, I'll go back and check this out. I feel bad for not knowing more about it, to be honest, but you know, it is what it is.
Next up, in the 11th spot, New Day. Yes, it is, against the Usos. Hell in a Cell 17.
Again, this should be in the top 5. Like, this was one of my choices to top 5. Like, you remember when I was saying, like, one of my favorite, like, Hell in a Cell matches was Brock Taker 02. Like, this is probably my 3rd or 4th favorite. I love this match. I think it's fantastic. That whole feud on SmackDown when they first did the brand split between the Usos, like the Day One-ish Usos and the New Day, carried that tag team division for a while, and that's what like upped the numbers of like those guys winning the, you know, the amount of times those guys won the tag titles, because they traded it back and forth for like 6 or 7 months. This was fantastic. This was the match where I think it was Xavier Woods got tied into the cell with a load of kendo sticks and beaten. It was unbelievable. It was so good. It's definitely by far the best tag team Hell in a Cell match of all time.
Yes, I can get beyond that. Yes.
Yeah, I think this should be a lot higher than what it is. What did Uncle Dave say about this match?
Well, and I think this was at the height of the Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary Usos.
It was, yeah.
And that was, in my opinion, that's the best version of the Usos.
It is. I agree. It was when they had the rap battle and everything. This feud and that character change into the Day One-ish Usos cemented, and will always cement the Usos in my top 5 tag teams of all time. Like, this run really made me a fan of the Usos.
They are cemented in the top 5 tag team of all time, regardless of yeah. They've always, like, even back in the Warrior Paint shit that they were doing, I loved them because they were high flying, they were all over the place, they were doing what a tag team should do.
They were. They knew what each other were going to do before they did it, which made the chemistry so seamless.
Yes. Uncle Dave gave it a 4.
That's low, man. I think that's low for that match. Like I say, 4.5 or 4.75 for me.
Cage match net dot rating is 8.79 out of 10. So they're almost to that 9.
Yeah.
I can respect that.
So can I. And if you're listening to us, a shout out if you are, either now or in the future, and you think I'm glazing this match, go and watch it. Maybe you've forgotten about how good it is. Maybe you've never seen it. Go and watch this Hell in a Cell match. It's great. And it'll make you a fan of the New Day as well. It'll make you respect the New Day as not just characters, but as a tag team. And it'll make you know why the Usos are one of the greatest of all time. And this is probably the greatest rivals. Everyone says the New Day and the Usos are the greatest rivals of each other. And this is one of the reasons why. This Hell in a Cell match was fantastic.
Yes, it was. Number 10, we're in the top 10 now. We are officially here in the top 10. This is your match. This is the one you've been waiting for, Rhys.
Oh, yeah.
No Mercy, 02. Lesnar Taker.
Yeah. Should be in this is my second favorite of all time. Brock in his, I wouldn't say Brock's prime, because I don't think Brock has ever had a prime, simply just because Brock has always just been Brock Lesnar. But this was young, fast, trying to prove himself Brock against Biker Taker, who this was in his wheelhouse, like, because he was a brawler, violent as hell, perfect dance partners for each other. Brock Lesnar's proving ground after he won the title. Maybe his greatest rival in The Undertaker, and this is how it all started. Yeah, I can't praise this match enough. This is one of my favorite, not just Hell in a Cell matches. It's one of my favorite matches of all time, and I'll never forget the first time I ever saw this match.
Now, there's a couple things because I'm looking at the photos here. It's Brock Lesnar, Taker, and 02, and I love the fact that they haven't painted the cage red or blue or whatever for the.
Oh yeah, your classic
I
silver.
love the steel look. The steel look is what it should be. You know what I mean?
I totally agree. Totally agree.
Dave gave it a 4.
That is so low, man. It's unbelievably low.
Yeah. That should be at least a 4.5, 4.75.
They were building Brock up to be a monster this year as well. Like, I mean, obviously, you had him debut just after WrestleMania 18. He absolutely brutalized Hulk Hogan. Do you remember that when he wiped the blood on his chest after he beat him to hell? He beat The Rock for the title at SummerSlam. And this was like really building up a monster, not just for The Undertaker to face, but like, again, this is Brock's proving ground. This rivalry was unbelievable.
Now, talking about Brock, we all know Brock from WWE, but he also spent that time in the UFC where he just dominated. I think he only had maybe two losses.
Yeah, he won his world title in the third fight.
Yeah, and the most famous thing he did, it was the second time he fought Frank Mir. And after he beat the brakes off of Frank Mir, he cut probably the best promo I've ever heard Brock Lesnar. I wish WWE would give Brock Lesnar the microphone and say, here, you talk, you're Brock Lesnar. You talk how you want to talk.
Yeah.
Because he cut this promo, because Dana White from the UFC says, hey, Brock, you won. What do you think? Like, what's your thoughts on the match? And Brock looked at him. The whole arena's booing him. But the whole arena just absolutely killing Brock. And he starts laughing. Just laughs at the people. He goes, I love it. Come on. I want to hear more. Right? Yeah. So he does that. And he then goes, well, I told Frank last year when we fought that I'm going to pull that lucky horseshoe out of his ass and beat him over the head with it, and I goddamn did it.
Yeah.
That progressed into more boos, and he's like, I love it. More. And then Dana White goes, well, what are you going to do after this match? He goes, well, I'm going to go home. I'm going to crack open a nice cold Coors Light. Yes, Coors Light, not Bud Light, because those fuckers don't pay me enough. He's like, shit, they don't even pay me at all. Then I'm going to go home. I'm going to hang out with my friends, my families, and then hell, maybe after that I'll climb on top of my wife.
He is good, like, and don't get me wrong. I love the pairing of him and Paul Heyman. Maybe the best pairing there's ever been in wrestling. Very arguably, like so. But a lot of people like to take the piss out of Brock Lesnar that, you know, he has a voice crack every now and again. But I've always been a fan of Brock Lesnar on the microphone, especially when he's been a heel, and especially these past couple of years where they actually have given him the stick and let him speak by himself. I think he's better with the crowd than people give him credit for. I think he's better with the crowd and with the microphone than Brock Lesnar gives himself credit for.
I mean, Brock Lesnar, just the whole, and then after that, I'm going to climb on top of my wife. It's like, what?
I'm going to climb on top of my wife. What a way of putting that.
It's like, all right. Matt the Duelist says Boombox Brock was the best.
It was when he came out and he was like that with the boombox.
Yeah.
Brock Party.
Yeah, I think, like you said, what he did behind closed doors, the whole Janelle Grant stuff. I understand it's hard to get past that for some people.
Yeah.
But I still think Brock Lesnar is a generational talent.
Literally generational. Yeah.
I don't know. I think Brock is just a guy. He's just a redneck from Minnesota that wants to farm and beat people up. Like that's all Brock Lesnar is, and that's all he needs to be.
He is, and just to expand on like the generational thing, you will never see an athlete in wrestling like Brock Lesnar ever again.
No,
you just won't.
No.
You didn't see one before him, and you won't see one after him. The speed of a lightweight, the wrestling skill of Kurt Angle, the strength of a Mark Henry or a John Cena, and just the presence of someone that you've never really seen before in wrestling, or maybe I'll say maybe the presence of a Goldberg. Like, he is a generational athlete. Like the way that guy moves in the ring, the way he makes things look absolutely effortless it's just unimaginable. And there's a reason why a lot of people say if we were ever invaded by aliens, we'd send Brock Lesnar to go fight for us. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Well, I mean, Brock, one more thing about him. He did go to he was New Japan for a little bit. He went over there in between like the UFC and all that kind of stuff when he was just trying to keep active after he left WWE the first time.
Yeah.
He is this generation's Andre the Giant as far as being an absolute attraction, right?
Oh, 100%.
If you throw Brock Lesnar, if you put the marquee up and say Brock Lesnar versus a mob, you'd sell out tomorrow. It's because of Brock Lesnar. It's not because of the mob. It's because of Brock Lesnar.
And it's the reputation that he.
Yeah.
It's the reputation that he's given himself, like a once in a generation athlete, like you say, and he's just a freak of nature. Like, he's in his 40s and he looks better than he has ever looked.
Yeah.
Again, he come back looking better than he looked when he came back and looked even better than he looked 10 years ago. How do you do that? I don't understand. The guy looks better now than he did when he was in his early 20s.
It's scary.
He's terrifying.
All right. Number 9. From Crown Jewel 21, Seth Rollins versus Edge.
Okay. All I'm going to say is, like, if this wasn't a Hell in a Cell match, this would be the exact same match it was. And that's not a shit on the match. It was just a good wrestling match that had a couple of Hell in a Cell tendencies to it. I don't really agree that it should be in the top 10, but it was a quality match. That's all I'll say about that. I do remember it being just a very good match with a solid story. and just two excellent wrestlers from two different generations.
So going back to the Brock thing real quick, don't want to dive back into that rabbit hole, but Cody says steroids are a hell of a drug.
You're damn right.
I mean,
just ask Mark Hunt.
So Uncle Dave loved this match. 7.75, his highest rating he's given anything on this list. 7 3/4 stars, almost a perfect rating. If it would have been in the Tokyo Dome, he probably would have gotten it. But
7.7 stars
or 4.75.
Oh, I was going to say 7 stars. I was like, well, this is like Kenny versus Okada. Jesus. Yeah, okay. I mean, again, it was a solid wrestling match. I did enjoy it. I wouldn't say it was that good, but each to their own, I suppose.
I mean, I can't get behind. I mean, okay, so here's my thing. Anything that happens in Crown Jewels, I tend not to remember it all that great.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, in my opinion, Crown Jewels themselves are already throwaway pay-per-views, so I don't put too much stock in them. I mean, it was okay. I mean, I wouldn't put it in the category. It's definitely not a top 10.
This is exactly what I was saying to you before. Like, it's a good match, but it would have been a good match without the Cell. Like, the Cell didn't really, I mean, I understand that it was like a blow-off match, like for their rivalry, but yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a murky water when it comes to trying to explain why. I think it was a great match, but it didn't need the Cell. I just thought it was a good match.
Yeah, to me, like I said, it wasn't it doesn't scream, oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I wouldn't have even thought of this match if you'd have asked me to think of great Cell matches, because I forgot this was even in a Cell until you just said it.
Thank you. Number 8. Batista Triple H Vengeance 05.
Yes. This was just WrestleMania 21, but on steroids.
And in a Cell.
Yeah. I don't even know what else to say about this match. If you liked the WrestleMania 21 match, which was already fantastic, because that was bloody as hell as well, then you're gonna like this match because it was just more of that with a big cage around the ring.
And I'm glad they put Dave over in that match.
Yeah, so am I, because it really could have gone the way that they did Randy Orton the year before, the way Triple H kind of just buried Randy.
Yeah.
And it's good that they made a decision with Batista here to really try and push him forward. This later on made him a staple on SmackDown, which led into the Undertaker feud that we were talking about. But going back to this match, this is another example of giving Batista a good opponent, him being an average wrestler, but with the right opponent on the other side of the ring, you can turn an average wrestler into a great wrestler because of his dance partner. And Triple H is one of Batista's best rivalries for a reason.
Yeah. I mean, Triple H, everyone shits on him nowadays because they don't like how he's booking and all this and that. Honestly, they call him the cerebral assassin for a reason. Like
100%.
And his in-ring stuff, again, we have that term that we like to throw around. He could wrestle a mop and make the mop go over. That's how good Triple H was in his era.
He could sell a story like there was no tomorrow. And
it's amazing.
even when
he could tell you, he could look directly into the camera and tell you to hate that mop or hate that child that's sitting over in the corner, and give you the reasons why, and sell it. And by the end of the night, you hate that kid sitting in the corner.
Exactly. And because he was such a good bad guy as well, he could do the opposite of that. Like, no matter who was on the other side of the ring when Triple H was a heel, you would hate Triple H and you would want that guy to beat the crap out of Triple H because he was a great heel. I can think of like multiple rivalries that Triple H had where the matches turned out to be a bit stinky, but the rivalries and the promos were great, and it was that was mainly down to Triple H selling the match.
Yes. Uncle Dave gave this one 4.5.
Yeah, I think that's about right. 4.5, 4.75. It really was. This was a classic, and I think it is considered a classic. I think we're allowed to say a classic 20 years on now.
Yeah, and it ended the reign of terror of Triple H.
Yeah, it did, and that went on for a bloody long time.
Yeah, it was people. That was another thing. Like, I don't want to dive too far into this, but like we talk about Roman Reigns' reign of just the bloodline just owning the business for the last 4 years. I would put Triple H's reign of terror like in a close second with modern day wrestling, with his reign of just, he might not have had the longevity as far as like the length of title runs, because at that given time they were playing hot potato with every fucking title in the organization.
Yeah,
but it was just consistent. Like you knew that if he lost the title, give him 2 months and he'll get it back. Like
100%.
So,
and I think it shows that how much that he had it. Where if I think of Triple H, I can't picture him without that big gold belt on his shoulder. I just can't. In the suit with the big gold belt with Flair stood next to him. That's the first thing I think of when I think of Triple H.
Exactly. And then when Dave beat him, or Dave won the title, Randy won the title.
He got it back again about 2 months later.
Oh no.
I think Triple H had the. I think Triple H didn't have the time. Benoit beat him at WrestleMania 20, and then 5 months later, Triple H had it back.
Yeah, it was like, that doesn't work for me, brother. I need that title back.
Yeah, exactly.
But see, that's the thing. We all shit on Hogan, but we love Triple H for doing the same fucking thing.
Yeah, for real.
Number 7, and this is where I get angry. I get mad because this needs to be in the top 3. King of the Ring 98. Why?
No way.
Why are we putting this at 7?
No way.
Sportster? God damn it. Why?
Are you kidding me?
It's right. Hold on.
Are you seriously telling me that Mankind and Undertaker are not even in the top 5?
That's their 7. That's their opinion. I guess I'm not going to yuck anyone's yums, as Will Gray would say. But this is bullshit. I don't like this.
No, neither do I. I mean, I don't even think we need to talk about this match that much because, I think a lot of people have done that to death. Yeah, Mick Foley fell through the cell, off the cell. We all know the story of this match.
Yeah.
But that means it's one of the greatest, most infamous matches of all time. What did Dave and everyone give this match?
Uncle Dave, gave it 4.5.
Okay, fair.
And Cage Match gave it 9.2. Now Cody comes in with this. This is his explanation on why. I mean, it's 20 minutes long with 7 minutes of actual action.
Yeah, well, it's the moment, dude. I mean,
it is.
I'll compare it to in a different way. Everyone remembers Hogan versus Warrior at WrestleMania 6, and they consider that iconic, and they consider it one of the best Mania main events because of the moment. and because of who was in that ring. They didn't do much while they was in there. It was typical of its time, but everyone remembers it fondly. Now, think of those points and just triple them when you're talking about this match. Like, it was the Attitude Era. Like, everyone was bleeding, everyone got busted up. You had high spots. Undertaker and Mankind at their very best. Mankind just putting on just a one-person sacrificial performance. I don't know how you don't put this in the top 5. Yeah, okay, there was a lot of hanging on, wait a minute, let's see if Mick is alive time in this match. But the stuff that happened in those 7 or 8 minutes, like, how many times have you seen them on video packages? Come on now.
At least every year for the Hell in a Cell. Like, anytime there's a Hell in a Cell match, there's that. And Mick Foley as a wrestler, he was already known. I get it. He was the 3 faces of Foley, but this was Mankind, right? So this is before he went through the 3 faces of Foley, correct? Yeah.
No, this was after. This was 98. So he'd already had Dude Love, and he'd been Cactus Jack in other places.
Okay, so we knew that's who he was.
Yeah,
we knew that's who he was, but I think this made him a made man in the WWE.
Yeah, unforgettable. This made him unforgettable.
Yeah, they strapped a rocket to Mankind, Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, whatever, and he went to the moon after this one.
Yeah, these arguments to be made that he probably wouldn't have been as well remembered if it wasn't for this match. Now, like you say, he'd already added spots, etc. But this match really, again, The Undertaker, the feud that he had with him already had him this made him a fan favorite, and it really showed people the stuff he was willing to do, the sacrifices he was willing to put his body through, like, for the business, and I think it really made people respect him.
And I 100% agree, and I think, again, the most iconic thing, obviously throwing him off the top of the cell. By God, he's broken in half. That's one. But when Mankind, or when Mick was smiling, or not smiling, but it appeared that he was smiling.
Oh yeah, and he had the thing in his nose, his tooth.
Yes, that right there, one of the most iconic things you'll ever see.
Dude, like, it's like you say, the commentary alone, the performance of Jerry Lawler and JR in this match, the performance of the commentary alone should put this in the top 5. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say. Like, I don't know what else to say. I'm pretty disappointed in this rating.
Next up, it'll be interesting to see, because that was
number 7, right?
That was 7. I want to see, like, this now is making me concerned on what we're going to see in the top 5.
Same here.
Number 6, Undertaker Edge SummerSlam 08.
I wouldn't put this above Mick and Undertaker. It was a solid match. I believe this was the one at the end where Undertaker literally chokeslammed him into hell when the fire came out from the ring. I don't have a problem with this being here, but I wouldn't say there's been at least 3 matches that were better than this in this list.
Now, Cody, I'm not going to throw your stuff up quite yet. We'll get to that at the end, because Cody has his top 3. And we'll get to that here at the end.
Yeah.
I have no problem with Taker Edge here. 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there. Like, I have no problem with that. Definitely not better than King of the Ring 98. There's no question about that. Like, that should not even be even a thing.
That shouldn't even be a
But
conversation. I agree. And I'll say something else to you as well. This was not as good as Batista versus Triple H.
no, I I would take your Edge top 10. Yes,
Yeah.
probably 9 or 10.
Yeah. Oh, well,
But
it's like I was saying before. Brock and Undertaker's better than this match as well. So yeah,
yeah,
like 9 or 10 is probably a good spot for it.
Uncle Dave gave it 4.5. He loved this because Taker probably.
Yeah.
And Cage Match gave it 9.25. So nine and a quarter.
And that's fine. And again, like this was a good match. I agree it was a good match. I just there were definitely better matches
Yeah.
on this show on this list. Sorry,
So that's
but
6.
oh, here we go, top 5. I'm excited. I'm excited and scared now.
Number 5 from 2022, Cody versus Seth.
Now, I think people glaze this match just because of the injury that Cody had going into it,
Yeah.
which, okay, that's fine. But if you want to judge this match on quality of like in-ring work, I am not taking anything away from Cody. Like, fair play. I wouldn't have even gone near the ring with an injury like that. I can't say anything against it. But nothing special happened in that match because of the injury that he had. Now,
Yeah.
I have all the respect in the world for him for competing, but because of the handicap that he had on his arm, he couldn't really do much in this match. So the fact that the injury was there was very commendable. But this is not a top 5 Hell in a Cell match of all time. Like,
No.
it was a moment, but no. I don't know what else to say. Just no. I don't agree.
I don't think it's even in the top 10.
No, I don't. I wouldn't say it was even top 15 to really. Again, like the view of his chest, iconic. But I can't tell you anything else that happened in that match.
I know Seth came out in Dusty gear, the black and yellow polka dots.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's about all I couldn't tell you.
Was it right? So here's a question. Seth attacked him the night after with a sledgehammer, right? And hit him in the chest with it, I believe. Now, did he do that as well in this match, or did he stomp him on the chest in this match? I can't remember. And again, this really goes to show that.
Stick. It was a kendo stick.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say about this. I think this has been glazed on the list a little bit because of the injury that Cody went in with. So it's a bit unfair.
And Cody comes in with this comment. This is a top 5 Hell in a Cell match all day.
I mean, that's your opinion, dude. I mean, I appreciate that. I would love to have a conversation with you about it. I'm not taking anything away from Cody again. And I think that how do I say this? On top of the injury, this could have just been a one-on-one match again, like at WrestleMania, and it would have been good. Without the injury, and if they had a Hell in a Cell match, this could have been a fantastic match. But it was handicapped by his injury.
And that's the thing. Like, I think everyone is so hung up on the fact that Cody did what he did in there with a torn pec, which is great. I'm not taking anything away from Cody Rhodes or downplaying what he did as far as with his limitations he had. I'm just not think that it wasn't anything, oh my God, special about it. The only special moment we had was when he took off his jacket and they zeroed in on the bruise.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's the only thing that was, oh my God, about that.
And I would love to see that Hell in a Cell match at some point without the injury. Maybe when Seth comes back from injury, him and Cody can rerun it back in a cell at some point. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree that this is top 5 or top 10. No, I just don't.
Uncle Dave. 5 stars for Uncle Dave. So, Cody, I'm just letting you know, you agree with Uncle Dave on this one. You and Uncle
Wow,
Dave are on the same page. Way to go, Dave.
Dave.
And Katie's match rating says 9.0.
Yeah, again, I think people were just shocked and like impressed with the way Cody was able to do what he's doing with the torn pec. And again, I know I keep saying it, I was as well. But if you go back and watch it, you know, the whole point of a Hell in a Cell match, what I want out of a Hell in a Cell match is violence and destruction and, you know, ungodly spots at some points if necessary. If you go in a cell and have a perfectly fine singles match, that defeats the whole point of a cell. You know?
I mean,
If all you do in a cell is pull out a chair and start hitting your opponent with it, or a kendo stick or two, what's the point? That's just my opinion.
Well, here's the thing, okay? My main thing, everyone wants to talk about, oh my God, Cody did it with a torn pec. He blah, 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 blah. That's fine. Good job. But that would be like, as a basketball fan, I grew up watching Michael Jordan, right? Like, I grew up watching the absolute greatest player to ever play the game, Michael Jordan. And he had a game in Utah. They were playing the Utah Jazz in the NBA Finals in 1997. And he had the flu. He was vomiting all over the place the morning of, the day of, and like right before the game, he was running a fever. He had the flu. He goes out there and puts on a tremendous show. That'd be like me saying that's the greatest NBA Finals, or top 5 NBA Finals moments of all time. The flu game.
It's not. just because he had a fever. Yeah,
it's not.
And like you say, it's impressive that he did that, but it would have been. He might have even done even better without the flu.
Yeah. So
no. You know,
a torn pec. Yeah, I feel bad that he went out there and did it, but that's the only reason why we know this match exists.
Yeah, I agree.
And
again, that just before we move on, because you know we need to get to the top 4. Moving on, Cody, question: is this better than Batista Triple H? Is this better than Brock Undertaker? Is this better than, you know, Mankind Undertaker? You know what I mean? Like there's other matches on here that I think were way better than that one.
Because if we're talking about overall match quality, like he has said in the comments a little bit ago, match quality on some of these are far better than.
I think the Seth Rollins and Edge match that didn't even make the top 10 was better than this.
His match wise, yes, he says.
That's fine. I mean, honestly, like I'm glad you enjoyed it. I thought it was good and I thought it was impressive, but I just don't think it earned its spot as number 5 on here. But anyway, number 4.
Number 4 is one that I can agree with being here. I'm all right with it being in this spot. It probably could creep into the top 3, but I don't. It's Punk McIntyre in 24.
See, I didn't. I don't know how I feel about this, and I appreciate that he did actually have everything that I like about Hell in a Cell to a point. But I thought I was quite disappointed in this match. In terms of Hell in a Cell is supposed to be like the final blow off of a feud. best feud of last year, without a shadow of a doubt, was Drew and Punk. I thought this match was very underwhelming. I really did. And what made it worse for me was they put this match on first at Bad Blood. This should have been the main event. And I think that hurt it for me. I know that sounds stupid, but everything else on that card wasn't as good as this match, first of all. And they put it on first. Like, are you telling me you're going to blow off a massive feud where, by the way, the right person didn't win? Punk gained nothing from that victory. Drew should have won. And you put this on first just because Roman and Cody are tag teaming in the main event. That hurt it for me. And I thought it was shorter than it needed to be. I don't know. There were some great spots where I think Drew's back hit the corner of the stairs. That was disgusting. You had the whole toolbox spot. I thought that was great as well. The psychology during this match, I did think was really done well. But I don't know, there was something about this match that didn't really hit for me. And I can't put my finger on it. And all I can think of is it went on first and maybe it was a bit slow. And maybe my expectations was higher for it. But that's all I can say about it.
See, I'm okay with it being 4. I'm okay with it being 3 or 4. Because of, I mean, it is everything that a Hell in a Cell match is supposed to be. It's supposed to be gratuitous violence. It's supposed to be them just beating the dog shit out of each other. The one spot, because people dog walk AEW for their stupidity at times. The one spot, and I get it, I understand. Before and Cody, don't even type it because I know how you're going to respond. The one spot that really kind of agitated me, and I get why they did it, was where they took the fucking the wristband, like when they dumped all the charms from the wristband on the mat.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that.
We dog walk AEW for stupid shit, and then we do this. Like, that's the only spot in that match that I'm like, okay, but I get why they did it, because the friendship bracelet or whatever was the piece that held everything together. I understand that.
It became the center point of the feud. Yeah.
It's fine. But we dog walk AEW for doing shit like that, but when WWE does it, it's fucking classics.
Yeah,
you know?
And I agree that was a little bit out of place. It was a bit silly. I don't know. I mean, I did enjoy it, but it just didn't hit home for me. And maybe I had this is my own fault. Maybe I had too high of expectations for this match, so maybe that's why it didn't hit for me. But again, I'll relate it back. If we're talking about this list purely as my personal opinion, there's 4 other matches on this that are better than this match. The Usos and the New Day were better than this. Triple H Batista were better than this. Brock Taker 02 better than this. So yeah, I take this out of the top 5. If you want to put it in the top 10, I'm fine with this. I'm fine.
Dave Meltzer. 5 stars.
5 stars. Dave was feeling generous.
And CageMatch.com gave it a 9.44.
That's impressive for Punk's only 4th match back in WWE.
Next up, we have number 3 on the list.
Crucial times.
Triple H versus Cactus Jack, No Way Out 2000.
Yeah, and again, I think this is kind of like your King of the Ring 98 thing, where what else do you say about this match that's not already been said? And I think this 100% deserves to be in the top 3. Slots in perfectly with the rivalry that these guys were having that year in terms of Mick and Triple H. Once again, putting his body on the line just to put over Hunter. And yeah, like again, like this is infamous for a couple of spots. The commentary was on point. The two people have great chemistry that we've seen in other matches apart from this. And it's one of the reasons why the year of 2000 is regarded as one of WWE's best years for pay-per-views.
This was the second time that Foley took a bump off the top of the cell.
It was, yeah.
That motherfucker shouldn't be alive right now.
No, dude, he really shouldn't. And bearing in mind that this was from No Way Out, correct?
Yes.
Like about a month or two before, was that Street Fight at the Rumble?
Yes.
Dude, the guy was putting himself. The guy was putting himself through hell on a monthly basis.
Great. I mean, again, I think he's one of the greatest hardcore wrestlers of all time. I think he's like insane with what he's done to his body, and granted, he's not walking all that great these days, but
well, yeah.
But
that's what happens.
Dave Meltzer gave it a 4.5 stars. Not quite a 5.
Dave Meltzer was so harsh with this feud. I believe he gave the same to the Street Fight at the Rumble, which was ridiculous. Like those two matches should have been 5 stars.
Oh, the Street Fight was insane.
It was. It was better than the Hell in a Cell, and he gave that like a 4.75 or some bullshit like that. And people were like, "Dude, really? Just give it a 5." What else do you want out of a street fight?
The Street Fight was arguably the greatest street fight of all time.
Yeah, it's notorious, dude. Like it's the reason why anyone even talks about the Rumble 2000. Like it's that's what it's remembered for, that infamous street fight between Triple H and Foley. But the Hell in a Cell match again, that's just as iconic. Again, I think Dave was very harsh on WWE in those days.
Number 2. Undertaker, Triple H, Mania 28.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about this match when I was considering my top 5. But this was really good. It's arguably one of Undertaker's best WrestleMania matches. Some people say it's their favorite. It's either this or like the Michaels match at 25. A lot of people say. The spot with Michaels, the iconic spot where he gives him the sweet chin music, turns right into the pedigree, and then kicks out. Dude, I was watching that when I was very young, obviously, and I literally jumped out of my seat because he kicked out, because I thought it was over. I thought the streak was over. And then he kicked out. And then Michael's like, went in the corner and was like that. I was like, this is storytelling. This is magic. This is the reason why I love wrestling. This is the reason why I'm going to be watching this for the rest of my fucking life. Yeah, this was iconic and it was perfect. It was nothing but spots. The moment, the icons, the end of an era. It was great. Yeah, 100%. This is a top 5 match.
Yeah, again, it is top 3. This is always going to be a top 3 match.
Possibly, did you forget about it like me, or did you think that this was going to be top 3?
I thought this was going to be top 3, and if it goes, and again, I'm not. This is as far as I am right now. I haven't gone any further down the list. I'm going to make a prediction, just based on what Sportster's done in the past. I'm going to predict the number 1 Hell in a Cell is the first one. It's
I
gotta
agree.
be Kane.
Yeah. At this point, it's got to be, right, because there's no way they're not going to put that in the top 19. There's no way that's not going to be on the list. So it has to be number one, right?
Yeah, that's why. So Shawn and Taker. That's my guess. That's
my guess as well.
Bad Blood '97. Shawn and Taker, the original Bad Blood.
Yeah. Now I can see why this is here. For me, it's not my favorite. It's one of my favorite. I would put it in my top 5. I wouldn't put it in number 1. For what it was, for the reason why Hell in a Cell is so iconic these days, this was one of the reasons, because they hit it out of the park on the very first go. With that being said, I do think there has been other Hell in a Cell matches after this that's been good. But again, this really sums up why Hell in a Cell is so good. You had the spot where Shawn Michaels fell off the side through the table. You had the debut of Kane ripping off the door and confronting Undertaker. Like you said, with gratuitous violence. 2 icons who know each other inside and out. One of Undertaker's best rivals, one of Shawn Michaels' best rivals, one of the best matches that these have ever had together. And it just happens to be the very first Hell in a Cell match. Like, what else do you say about it?
You've said everything that I could say about it. It's and Uncle Dave back in '97 probably didn't have very much to say about it. Gave it a 5. He gave it a 5.
Good. Wow, finally. Jesus Christ.
He got one right.
Yeah.
And Cage Match gave it 9.53. I do agree that this should be in the top 3. It gave you, like you said, it gave you everything that you would want. It gives you the gratuitous violence. It gives you the spots that we all want. It gave you a debut, something that really didn't happen a lot in the middle of matches. And just the iconic spot of Kane ripping the door off the fucking hinges.
Yes.
It's like, okay, that's fucking crazy.
And him standing. By the way, I mean, I don't like not many good things to say about Vince these days, but nails the commentary.
Yeah.
Look into the eyes of that giant that stands in front of him. That's gotta be Kane. And then he hits the flames around the corner, picks him up. He's bigger than the Undertaker, stood there with the mask and like, oh god, tombstone. I always loved Kane's tombstone, by the way, the way he came down faster than the Undertaker did.
Yeah.
I always thought that looked better than the Undertaker's. It looked like he just purely spiked him into the mat. And I think what adds to this match is, in my opinion, if it's not number 1, it's number 2. And if it's not number 2, it's number 1. It flip-flops between Kane and Jericho for me. Kane has got to be the best debut in WWE history. It's great. It's great. Fantastic. It's great. It's the delivery of it, the selling of it, the presentation of what was given to us. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Wow, you give us time, we can talk, and it's been an hour and a half. This is amazing.
Hell yeah.
So I have a list for next week because I don't want to. We could end up going through this whole this right now, but I have a list for next week. So maybe this will catch the attention of our people that we've had cycling through and watching. This was from February 25th of 2025, 2024. So last year, this list was put together. It's the 10 definitive steel cage matches of all time. The best steel cage match of all time.
Oh, I can already think of my number 1, and it better be on there.
So there's that. I think we're going to run with that for next week.
I'm fine with that.
Send that to myself. That way I don't lose it.
Hell yeah.
So Cody's list, since I said I'd share his list with everyone out there.
Let's hear it, Cody. Let's hear it.
Top 3 should be Bad Blood 97, WrestleMania 28, and Bad Blood 24.
Wow, you rate Bad Blood 24 that high? I mean, fair enough. Like, okay. I mean, like I say, I mean, my top 3 would probably be. It's difficult. My top 3 would probably be. Screw it. I'm just gonna say, Undertaker Brock 2. Probably my favorite. I just love that match so much. Then I would probably put King of the Ring 98 there. Iconic. And number 3 is a bit difficult. It really is difficult, but I would probably put Usos and New Day there.
Okay.
I love that match.
I think my top 3, at 3, I would probably put WrestleMania 28.
Yeah.
That's 3. 2 would be Bad Blood 97.
Yeah.
And then King of the Ring 98 is not my number 1.
Can't argue with that. I can't argue with that at all.
Those are my top 3.
I was very close to putting the Armageddon Hell in a Cell one, the 6-man one in, but that would probably make my top 5. I love that match.
I think that's my number 5 right now.
Yeah, I love that match.
But so again, next week we did Hell in a Cell today.
Yep.
Next Tuesday we will talk steel cage match.
We're blowing the roof off, baby. We're blowing the roof off and making it a steel cage list. That's what we're doing.
I see what you did there. Very creative. That's why we keep you around, Rhys. So again,
the roof can't hold us.
Thursday night. I wish I had the clip to put up. I'll be posting something. Thursday night, 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. We will have WCW legend Buff Bagwell on the program, talking about his career, his dealings, his just everything Buff Bagwell.
Make sure you guys tune in for that. That'll be a really, really good interview. I'm looking forward to hearing that.
So we have that, and I believe tonight my brother's starting to do another show on Tuesday nights. It's called what do we call it? Oh gosh. I made him a logo for it too. Shooting on Raw. So there's the logo. So check that out.
Shout out to Jey Uso, won the Battle Royal.
They'll probably be talking about that. Talking about how someone's going to have to lead the division because it's clearly not going to be Seth Rollins. So they'll be doing that tonight. Him and Rico are.
Otis is going to lead the division.
Otis. Division led by Akira Tozawa.
Oh yeah, the power of Tozawa.
But I mean, again, I don't want to go too far deep into it, but imagine this. Just imagine if this whole thing was orchestrated by CM Punk himself.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
So,
and I could see it happening as well. So
we had thanks for Cody Cornett stopping by. We had Matt the Duelist in the chat. I'd like to give my shout outs to these individuals because they are awesome people. I talk to them on a daily basis. We had a couple of Scott showed up, the boss. Anthony Manzano, thanks for I did see your comments, Anthony, and I appreciate you stopping by. We just had a lot to get through. I can't go through everyone's stuff that as they come through, and sometimes I see it after the fact. So I apologize to you for that. So that being said, like I said, I like giving my shout outs to the people who come in and have a good time with us talking every Tuesday. We had a little earlier start this week due to me being home on vacation for the week. So we decided to go a little earlier. Next week, we are back to our regular scheduled time and place. So watch us there.
Hell yeah.
And I think, Scott came in here, called us a bunch of effing marks today. Maybe we are. Maybe it's great.
We're great. Yeah, we're marks. We're great.
And and the one thing I'm really glad to have Rhys here, because that way, I'm basically alone all the time. Anyway, guys, I'm feeling nice. I'm not gonna tell him F off this week. Scott, love you. You're my brother, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday, or actually Thursday, for my football show. We're gonna make some picks that afternoon, and then we'll have Buff Bagwell on in the evening. So, thanks a lot, guys.
He's buff and he's bringing the stuff.
And we'll see you next time.